This is how most of the YouTubers spend their Robux on Blox Fruits. Blox Fruits, a game that was born on January 16th, 2019. Back then, anime games. They weren't even that popular. This game, it had an average of just 2,000 to 10,000 players, and in those days, it wasn't even called Blox Fruits. It was known as Blox Peace. But now, everything has changed. Fast forward to today, and this game is pulling in a staggering 370,000 active players daily. It has skyrocketed to become one of the biggest games on Roblox, second only to Brookhaven. And when the Dragon update dropped, oh, that was a game changer. The player count didn't just increase, it exploded. A mind-blowing 3 million people were online at the same time. And it's not just the game, even the trailers for Blox Fruits. They're hitting the top charts in the gaming category on YouTube. Famous YouTubers, massive gaming influencers, they've all tried it. All right, enough of the hype. But here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered, how much money do these developers actually make? I mean, they've got an entire team working behind the scenes. And sure, we don't know how much they're paying them. But what if we strip away all the expenses and just look at the raw numbers? Let's do some quick calculations. And trust me, the results are going to shock you. Now, before we dive into the numbers, let's get one thing clear. This is just an approximation, or you could call it a rough figure. It's not 100% accurate. And of course, we're not revealing any actual earnings from their team. All right, let's get into the numbers. To estimate the income, we first need to calculate the total price of all game passes. Right now, that adds up to 5,500 Robux. Next, we look at the price of all permanent fruits in the game. If you were to buy every single one, it would cost you 68,055 Robux. Now, here's something important. We're not including extra boosts like private servers, fragments, in-game money, scrolls, race changes, and other limited time offers. Why? Because these purchases happen randomly, and it's nearly impossible to track their exact sales. So, with all game passes and permanent fruits combined, the total Robux spent would be around 73,555. And now, let's find out what that actually means in real money. Now let's talk about the spending power of the players. Blox Fruits has an average of 350,000 active players daily. But let's keep things simple. Let's just assume that 100 rich players woke up one morning, feeling generous, and decided, you know what? Let's buy everything in this game today. That means each of them spends a total of 73,555 Robux on game passes and permanent fruits. So if we do the math, 73,555 Robux times 100 players, that gives us a massive 7,355,500 Robux spent in a single day. Now, of course, there could be way more than just 100 people who have bought everything. But I'm not here to exaggerate, I'll keep it reasonable. And once again, just to be clear, this is purely an assumption. It could be more, it could be less. All right, now let's talk about how this Robux actually turns into real money. For those who don't know, Roblox developers don't just keep their Robux. They use a system called DevEx, short for the Developer Exchange Program. This is how game creators convert their Robux into real-world cash. And, as per the current DevEx rates, developers earn about $0.0035 per Robux. So let's take our earlier example, where just 100 players bought everything and spent 7,355,500 Robux in a single day. Multiply that by the DevEx rate, and the Blox Fruits team would make $25,744. Just one day. And that's not even the crazy part. Think about it. This is just a small assumption. We all know there are way more than 100 players who spend money on game passes every single day. The reality? Their earnings are much, much higher. If we consider a month's worth of these purchases, it wouldn't be surprising if their earnings exceed $50,000 per month. And when a huge update drops, that number skyrockets. Take the Dragon update, for example. That was one of the biggest moments in Blox Fruits history. Millions of players logged in at once. And guess what? Thousands of players instantly bought the permanent dragon fruit. Yeah, those were selling like crazy too. During peak times like this, I wouldn't be surprised if their earnings hit $100,000 or even more in a single month. And here's something else that people often forget. Blox Fruits isn't just making money from game passes. Have you seen those Blox Fruits plushies? Yeah, people are buying them like crazy too. YouTubers, content creators, and die-hard fans are all showing them off in their videos. So, when we add up game sales, Plushie Sales, and other merchandise, the numbers get even more insane. Now, obviously, these are all assumptions. Blox Fruits doesn't publicly release their revenue data. All we can do is estimate, but let's be real. This game is a multi-million-dollar empire. Now, I want to hear from you. How much do you think the Blox Fruits developers make? Drop your calculations in the comments. I'll be reading them. Who knows, maybe one of you has a theory that's even crazier than mine. Now, if you want to make Blox Fruits even richer, and also win some insane permanent game passes for yourself, here's what you need to do. Step 1. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future giveaways. Step 2. Drop a like on this video to show your support. Step 3. Comment your Roblox username below, because I'm picking winners straight from the comments. And guess what? I'm also giving away free permanent fruits in my Discord server. So, if you want a chance to win, join my Discord right now. The link is in the description. Don't miss out. That's all for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.